Hey everybody, it's me again. So, hope this video finds everybody well. Excuse my voice, it's a little bit tired from a hard week last week of doing lots of shows. So a few days ago, we broached the subject of is Tenerife back to normal? And I was holding off until Thursday, until I saw what the updated restrictions were. We were all fearful that we were going to level 2, which would have just meant no real difference, just would have meant earlier closures and things like that at bars. But fortunately, Thursday, everything stayed the same, at least for us in Tenerife anyway. We stayed on level 1, which doesn't really make a great deal of difference anyway. But if you watched the video the other day, 3 or 4 days ago, I did say in it, I was concerned if they would bring in any restrictions for Christmas. If you remember the bit I said about I've got my best friend and family coming over for Christmas. We plan to have a big Christmas together and a big old Christmas dinner around my house. And I was worried about there being any further restrictions that might put a spanner in the works and stop that happening. Well, and as it happened a day later, all of a sudden, and this is what I need your opinions on today, we've got the new unicorn variant, as I call it. I can't be bothered with the official name. It's just one variant after another, and moving the goalposts, and just have your jabs and just wear masks, and it gets back to normal. And I think a lot of you now, that even the most avid sort of people that are believers and compliers that have gone along with everything. I have a lot of friends now that are now saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So that's for another day, it's another subject. But what I want to know is what we think about that. What do we think about the new rules now that nobody can travel into the country without being fully vaccinated, and you still need PCR tests, and returning home you still need PCR tests even fully vaccinated, and you have to self-isolate until you get the results. Speaking of some people I know waited up to 10, some got them almost instantly, some waited up to 10 days for their PCR results. So I feel like that's going to put a dampener on a lot of people's plans for Christmas. And I know in regards to my situation, my friends that were coming out, they have two teenage daughters, but they're under the age of 16, so their daughters are not vaccinated. They've got a dilemma now, because they're booked to come over on Christmas Eve, spend Christmas and New Year with us, which we were really, really looking forward to. And now they're in a position where even if they wanted to get their children vaccinated, they wouldn't have time to do the 2 doses in time. So it's a bit of a quandary. They're talking now about bringing in mandatory vaccinations and mandatory COVID certificates just to visit our island of Tenerife. And for residents, it'll be, I've spoke before, and I don't want to get too political, but bringing it back to Tenerife, I've spoken before about my problem with my health. I have an autoimmune disease, I have chronic allergies, so the vaccine option is not one that's open to me. But they're going to bring in shortly COVID certificates to allow you to go to the gym, to go in the interior restaurants, to go to shows, to go into cinemas, movie theatres. It makes you wonder. I know lots of people that are on that side of the fence are dead up for people getting vaccinated. But how about people like me, where I don't have the option to be vaccinated? Does that mean I should lose my rights? Does that mean I shouldn't be allowed to go for a meal or to the cinema with my friends because I'm allergic to the ingredients in the vaccine? It's a bit of a worry, because being an entertainer and a singer as I am, I sing inside venues. Will that mean that I'm not allowed to go to work? I feel like there should be some sort of medical exemption. There should be some sort of certificate you can get to say that you're not advised to take the active ingredients in the vaccine, and I should be exempt from having to take it. But, you know, tell me what you think about that. Still no dancing here in Tenerife, still not allowed to dance. As I mentioned on the other video, they're talking about allowing people to dance in masks, but closing the interior much earlier. They're talking about closing everything inside by 11 o'clock. but allowing your dancing. It seems to me, and I don't know how you feel, they seem to be giving with one hand and taking away with the other. They've done that with the vaccines, they've done that with the masks, they've said, just take this and you'll be back to normal. I think it was a resounding no, we're not back to normal, were the answers to the last video and the comments. I'm interested to know what you think. So the questions I'd like to ask you today is, have you had to change your holiday plans like my friends have? They've now had to cancel, and because they have quite a lot on next year with their eldest daughter doing their GCSEs and they have another holiday booked elsewhere, they're looking like rearranging for next Christmas. So it's going to be another full year before they're able to come out and see us again. My friend Paul was gutted about it yesterday, as I was. So tell me, has this new ruling, although we've stayed at level 1, has this new ruling and the restrictions and travelling, has it changed your holiday plans? Has it changed your holiday plans? Has it affected you directly? Even if you're vaccinated, has it changed the expense and cost of your holiday, that you now need other PCR tests and things like that? Will it affect you with work now that you have to isolate until you get your results at home? Maybe you've had the vaccines and you're maybe now beginning to think that perhaps they're moving the goalposts and perhaps you don't agree. Maybe you've been a little bit unsure. Maybe you've had 1 vaccine or 2 vaccines and you're unsure about. Another friend of mine has had both vaccines. She was fully vaccinated. Now she's classed as unvaccinated because she refused the booster. She doesn't want to go through it again. It made her incredibly sick. I know that a lot of other friends and followers of mine over here, lots of them only had the vaccine so they could come on holiday. The goalposts have been moved again. The carpet's been pulled out from under them. It's not that simple. Again, from my point of view, I've had to cancel shows in France, Germany, Belgium, Holland, up and down the UK. Obviously, Winter Wonderland this year was a factor. So just not being able to be vaccinated has cost me a lot money-wise, and it's cost me a lot professionally doing the job I do. And I'll be honest, I'm fearful for even being allowed to go inside bars to sing, inside venues to sing. So let me know your opinion. How's it affected your holiday? How's it affected you morally? Personally, I don't mind telling you I'm going through a hard time mentally with everything now, because my hands are tied and I'm really beginning to feel restricted. I'm not sure whether to stay in Tenerife. I'm not sure whether to go back to England. At present, I wouldn't be allowed to travel back to England anyway, come the 1st of December. So it's a bit of a quandary. So tell me how it affects your holiday, how it affects your plans, affects your money, affects your work. How does it affect you morally? What do you feel about it? I spoke to somebody this morning that's, because they keep changing the rules, she's very put off coming to Tenerife. She's coming to Tenerife for 30 years. She loves it. She's petrified that when she gets here, they will change the plans and she won't be able to return home. Similar thing going the other way. Another friend of mine, a singer, she's in England at the moment, and they've changed the rules. She's gone and done a gig. Now she's having nightmares being allowed to come back. So please let me know what you think about it. Sorry if this is a little bit downbeat. Really, I need Stephanie to come and give us a positive spin on things. But addressing today the new rules and the changes in the world and here in Tenerife. So again, let me know in the comments below what you feel. What do you feel about my situation, not being medically able to have the vaccine? Should I have my rights restricted? Has it affected your holiday? Has it affected your bank account? Has it affected and made things a bit of a pain in the bum? Have you had to rearrange for other dates? Does Tenerife feel the same for you? Do you still want to come with a no dancing rule? So yeah, in following up on the last video, I think it was a resounding no. We're not back to normal yet, and sadly, doesn't seem like normal is anywhere in sight. Hope everybody's well. Make sure you comment, like, share, interact with me, and it'll give me something else to talk about tomorrow. Sorry if it's negative. Lots of positive vibes and love to all of you watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.